to the republic for which it stands.
One nation, under God.
Indivisible.
Liberty and justice for all.
Guns, self-defense, concealed carry. This is the Patriot Defense Podcast. From the war room in Idaho's high desert, here's your host, Todd Echols.
And we're back. Once again, we are tucked away in the war room somewhere in the high desert of southern Idaho, and I am here this evening with Mr. Tarver.
Everybody left me.
Everybody left.
Everybody left me.
You were bringing in freaking.
I was bringing snacks
and
and firearms.
Snack time and firearms, and everyone bailed. Someone's
What
out of
the
town.
hell?
Someone's sick. We shot all the guns. We ate all the damn food ourselves.
And it was too much. We fed the rest of the dogs.
The dogs, because no one else cared to join us.
No one cared. Boudin and 45s.
Boudin balls.
Yeah.
You got to have Boudin balls to be able to shoot that 45.
You don't want no Boudin links.
Boudin links.
Well,
what's the difference? I mean, they both taste the same, right?
no, they don't.
They don't.
Well, the Boudin inside is the same, but the balls have a casing that's, it's rolled in breadcrumbs and stuff. It has a crunchy outer shell, and it's nice. And the links are in a sausage casing.
Gotcha.
And it's a lot of people will steam it and things like that, and it is quite disgusting.
I'm trying hard not to laugh. So what you're saying is,
if it's actually cooked to where you can bite through the casing, it's okay. But if not, you biting it and pulling the boudin out and slinging it.
So you're saying you're saying that the links aren't as good as the balls?
No, I'm not. Don't even touch the links. Okay. Not only that, it looks mighty bad.
Okay. Anyhow, we'll move on. Guns. You bought a new gun.
I bought it.
You bought it? You brought it? We shot it.
We shot it.
What was it?
The PPQ-45.
What do you think?
Well, basically we just
a long pause, dude.
Well, it's kind of hard to assess. I mean, basically I was like, I'm shooting it. I don't care. But it's so windy and we can't keep targets up there. You can't really play with it.
We put 100 rounds through it.
Put 100 rounds.
We were shooting holes.
Yeah, we
were poking holes.
Spraying all over the place.
The trigger. Yeah. That was the big comment. That was the big thing. We both commented on the trigger.
It is a unique trigger. It is impressive. One of the guys said that the mechanic stole the PPQ trigger, and I picked up the Q5 match, and that's their top-end handgun, and the mechanic's trigger was better, but getting a striker fire PPQ, Walther, I think the mechanic just stole the trigger. It's a damn good trigger.
Is it? No, it's a good trigger, and it actually surprised me a few times when I first picked up that.
It is
shot through that first mag.
Extremely light.
I think it is actually lighter than the mechanic.
I want to say I believe you're right, but I'm more used to the mechanic. I know where my wall's at and everything. This was the first time just plinking with it, and yeah, it'll.
You hit the wall on this, it's like wall bang.
It will.
I mean, that's when it goes over.
Yeah.
There's no push. You're
there.
I like
a little more. I like to hit the wall and hold it there. I like to feel that wall and then know that I'm at the break. You get to this wall and if you're exhaling, it could go up.
Yeah. So compared to the mechanic, so if the triggers, they kind of feel the same, but this one's maybe a little lighter.
Yeah. Good trigger.
It's a good trigger. I'm not complaining about the trigger.
Good
I really
12 plus 1, 45.
I really like that flat trigger in the mechanic though.
Okay.
I think it's just me, and maybe it's a mental thing. The only thing I could say about if that was my gun, if that whatever this is called, which one is this?
PPQ.
The PPQ. I'm sorry, I keep thinking SKS, and I know that's not it. The PPQ is it. It's a 45. Yeah, I shoot mostly 9. I do shoot 45s, but I need a little more texture on the grip. I need a little more aggressive texture on the grip. It needs to lock into my hand a little bit better. And if you can tell, you've seen a lot of my other firearms, and I have those rubber hose grips on mine.
Right.
And I think, without announcing that, maybe I'm a puss, I actually broke. I was telling you, I broke the bones in the back of my hand kind of.
Right.
I don't know which bones those are called, but I have a real trouble with actually grip. I have a hard time getting a good grip. So it doesn't want to. You probably saw it. It looks like it wants to jump out of my hand a little bit.
Well, I tell you what. After we're bringing out the 9mm, bringing out the 9mm, bringing out the 9mm, and boom, 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 dialing it in. That 45 is a little different.
And then you grab it, and I was like, boom, boom, boom.
Well, you got a little, muzzle flip there. You got a little more coming up.
You do.
It's
a good size
probably
gun,
lighter than the Canic.
I'd have to maybe. I don't know. I'd have to look at them both, but it doesn't. 40. It's a decent size 45.
That's what I was thinking. Say as far as adding anything to the grip, it's got a pretty solid. It's got a pretty big grip already.
It does. I need to give me either a rubber hose grip or give me a soldering iron. I got to make that sucker just lock into my hand.
Okay.
I'll texture that for you.
No, that's all right. No, I sold about 4 or 5 guns. You should have been there.
I should have. Why?
I had $1,200 optics. I sold it for $450.
Oh my gosh!
I had $800 automatics. I sold for $450.
Oh God!
Never even put a round in the magazine.
Oh man!
Never even put a round in the magazine. Yeah, so you should have been there.
But now you got a gun that you'll shoot.
Yeah.
You gonna get any more? You got that, and you got an.
I'm kind of scared too because we getting close to the time. We getting close to the magic season.
Oh yeah,
SHOT Show.
Oh, SHOT Show.
January.
BD10. People are rolling. I'm going to receive multiple text messages this week, and it's going to be like a couple on Monday, one on Tuesday, a couple on Wednesdays. People listen to this, and they hear me mention the PD10. I get so much crap for that gun.
You know what I don't like about that? You know what is beautiful about the Canic and the PPQ?
What?
Single action only.
Yeah.
PD10, double action only.
Yeah.
So even though it's a striker fire, when you squeeze that trigger, it still has more stuff that it's doing inside that gun.
Right.
It's not a wall break. I like that wall break.
Will still buy one if they come out, and I have to now. It's
You're
almost
obligated.
I'm obligated to buy. I think at one point I said I'd buy 2. I'm hoping that I can get away with just one.
Just fine. I don't know if you may not have to. You may not have to cross that line.
I'm going to buy the only 2 that are in production.
You should just write old Pincus and say, "Look, man, you really hurting your own name. Just stop."
People have.
Just
Trust
stop.
me. I follow every post. People have, and he doesn't really care.
Okay.
So whatever. We'll get off that. But
I think it's gone.
It might be. So I had a couple classes today. They weren't permit classes. They were, I like the permit classes. Don't get me wrong. Those are great classes. But I really like it when I get to do these like custom classes, these private classes. Because, you get 1 or 2 people in them, and so you get to overcome certain challenges. Right. Maybe that person has a hard time flinching. Maybe that.
You had a class today?
It was inside. I'm using the indoor. I have
okay.
officially switched to the indoor range. Can't you hear it in my voice?
Hurricane winds out there right now.
Oh, we wouldn't have been doing the podcast had I stood outside all afternoon. Trust me. But I'm not repeating last weekend.
Yeah, it was kind of rough, man. I mean, when you shooting and obviously it's the wind. The wind's just carrying the round.
Oh yeah, the wind's crazy. That's why I was a little off.
Okay.
But no, today these classes were kind of fun. I mean, I get to overcome some things. It was nice. I think I sold. I need to get like part ownership of this or some kind of kickback. But I think I sold another 380 easy.
Okay, yeah, you should just go ahead and buy some. I would buy them, but then I'd have to sell them at half price. So you should just buy some
and sell them.
Yeah, get you a little glass case and say,
I should. Well, I'm going to strike this from the podcast. You're going to come hit me up for some kind of FFL. But no, everyone shot great. It was fantastic. So the first class was a mom and her 2 daughters came in,
right? And
they were all shooting 380s.
Wow!
And
all
what?
All the same. What do you call it?
All the same model.
Easy?
No. They borrowed my Easy. One of them borrowed my because she was really she had a problem with flinching, loud noises and stuff. She just really startled the heck out of her.
Right.
And but so we worked on it. I think it was the gun she was shooting. She just I forget what was it, like a little I don't even know. It was like a little tiny 1911. It wasn't tiny, but it was a little 1911 and a 380.
Right.
Can't even remember
those little micros.
Wasn't a micro. It was in between. It was different. can't remember. One of like her mom was shooting like a Browning,
Okay.
and so it was something along those lines. And
But her mom was shooting a 380.
yeah,
Wow.
but they were kind of loud and they were snappy as all can get. She picked up that
Really?
EZ and absolutely loved
She
it.
had a snappy 380.
They were snappy. They were snappy. I tell you, that EZ kills just about any 380 out there.
That's a full size gun. Putting out that
The one
little
she was
380.
shooting was a little bit bigger.
Really?
Yeah. So we got through that,
Did
and
it have springs in it?
it did. We got through that class, and a grandpa came and brought his grandpa and his grandson.
Right.
A guy came and brought his grandson, and his grandson, the guy could shoot awesome. I don't mind fine tuning anyone. He just said, "Hey, just make sure I'm doing everything right," and he did great. I mean, he was ripping ragged holes,
Right.
and he had a little bit of Parkinson's, so he shook.
Oh,
But
wow.
he was still ripping ragged holes. He shot a big old freak. I can't even remember what it was. Give me a minute, I'll think on it. But the grandson, let's get to the grandson.
Was it a revolver?
Nope.
Okay. All right, go on to the
The
grandson.
grandson, he was a
How old
rifle.
is the grandson?
He's like 14.
Okay.
He's a rifle. The kid shoots rifles like mad. I guess. And Grandpa says he's really good at shooting rifles.
Uh-huh.
And he'd shot a handgun, maybe 22, like 2 or 3 shots before. So I got him started on with the EZ, and kid ended up shooting great toward the end. But it was really interesting because he would line up to shoot that gun, and I get him in the isosceles stance, where everything's kind of right in the middle. The kid would hold it up, and you could tell he shot rifles because he would do this. He would slowly start sneaking over. He would shoot like that, but he'd cock his head to the side like he was resting his cheek on a rifle. And I'd get him straightened back up again, and it'd slowly start going over. And next thing you know, he's like, his cheek is like on his shoulder, and he's like sighting down his. And
He's had some hours on a rifle.
yeah, it was like muscle memory. I guess I couldn't get him fully straight. I was like, you got to get lined up. You got to get behind this gun. And so he'd lean over, and he was always shooting a little to the left. I'm like, you got to work on lining everything up.
Yeah.
It was
one of
it
those
was
neck
almost
collars and put on.
Yeah, it was the most interesting thing I'd ever seen. It was leaning over like that. I'd never seen that before, and I was like, man, you shot a lot of rifles, dude. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's I don't know, it was crazy, man.
Something.
It's like his body didn't want to line up normal.
That is weird.
It is. So
I have never
seen that before.
Yeah, I mean, how much time behind a rifle do you have to have?
His grandpa said that because I don't know. His grandpa said that he himself shoots lots of rifles, and so that's what they go and it's what they do. And I don't know. He was programmed to. We'll talk about muscle memory. He had muscle memory programmed for shooting a rifle, and it would just tilt his head way over. Is the oddest thing you'd ever seen.
Yeah, muscle memory's weird. They used to have all the guys at the range, FBI and everything, they'd shoot their revolvers where they'd dump the rounds in their hands and put it in their pocket. And that's just their habit. Well, these guys got in a gunfight and was getting killed, and guys were dead, and they had empty casings in their pockets.
Yeah.
They were still doing it. It's like,
I've heard that story where they were even picking them up off the ground. During a gunfight, they're like picking the empties up off the ground and like putting them in their pocket.
wow. See, that's why I never pick them up.
And I heard it's because when they were training at the range, that's just what they did at the range because they had to police their brass, and so they just would pick them up. Interesting, funny how it works, isn't it? And
that is crazy. I hadn't heard that one.
Yeah, this kind of way. It's kind of how shooting center mass came about because people were shooting. They were point shooting essentially. Right. They noticed that the bad guys were getting shot in the hands and the arms. Why was that? Because
focusing on the weapon.
They were focusing on the weapon, the threat. What holds the weapon? The hands, the arms, know. And so that's where they were focused. So then they taught them to focus on center mass, which is right there. If you could focus on that, that's where your rounds are going to end up. And it's true, it does. If you line up everything properly, and they wanted to instill that muscle memory into them instead of shooting at the guy's
but now
fingers.
Everybody just shoots. I mean, one of the things I was complaining about. Everybody, it's just shoot. They're like they're mentally going through a checklist.
Right.
Okay. I'm in fear for my life. I'm backing up. I'm retreating. I'm hiding my firearm. Bam! And they go blazing. So very, very seldom are two people pointing guns at each other anymore. Usually somebody's getting killed that 80% of the time probably don't need to be.
Back in the good old days when you could actually have a duel.
Yeah, well, if somebody's pointing a gun at you, I'm like, dump the mag, man. Dump the mag. Get another mag. Keep dumping.
Yeah.
You ain't got time for nothing. Anyway,
Yeah.
that is wild.
That is crazy. Muscle memory. It's all. That's what shooting is. Muscle memory. That's a whole bunch of what it is.
Wow.
You gotta shoot it. You've got to develop it. So,
well,
awkward pause there.
Okay. Well,
I'm not quite sure why.
Deep thoughts, man. Deep thoughts.
So, Montana. What do you think of when you think of Montana? Freedom.
Big sky. Yeah.
Big sky. Freedom. Elk. Hunting.
wide
Ranches.
open spaces.
Freaking cowboys. Do what you want to do.
Right.
Freedom. Well, not so much. The Montana governor has called for a magazine capacity limit in Montana. But, that's what you get when you vote in a Democrat for governor.
Wow, in Montana.
In Montana. Montana's not even immune.
Montana's getting a lot of money, people moving in.
That's
big
exactly
money people
that's
are
exactly
going buying these big spreads, and they are pushing these candidates.
Yeah. This is what he says. He says, I am a hunter. I am a
well, that just settles everything. Let's just give it all up then. He's a hunter.
I am a hunter, and I'm a gun owner.
But
no hunter needs 30-round magazine bump stock or an assault weapon.
What a shitbag.
I know. Isn't that crazy? In
I hate those
Montana,
people.
that tells you that nowhere is immune. Just because we live in Idaho doesn't mean that we're immune.
No.
It's coming, people. It is coming.
Well, come on, man. Idaho should be a shining light, right? These are the safest seats you get. They are safe. There's no Democrat going to take your seat. Not yet. And what do we have? 2 senators like every other state. Every state gets 2.
Yep.
What do our senators do? Not one damn thing.
Yep.
They go hide under their desk. They make tons of money.
They don't do anything.
Because it's illegal for Congress to do insider trading, and they know what laws are coming, so they buy stock and all this stuff, blah, blah. And I'm sure there's a few suitcases get pushed around on different little votes. I would say that's where they make a lot of money, but it's amazing how cheap these people are.
Oh, yeah.
To sway a vote. So our senators don't do squat. Our representatives don't do squat.
We let them get away with it.
Yeah.
We
our
vote
state,
them in.
Our whole state, our governor and Senate and everything, Congress, reps and Senate for the state. What do? We should have massive firearm freedom. We don't.
And they aren't. No one's
They're
even
trash, man. They're all trash.
And Idaho is every year for the last, 5-6 years that I can remember, we have always talked about this time of year. Granted, it's not in session, right? It doesn't go into session till spring, but we always talk about upcoming laws that we are wanting to push through, and gun laws, and what are we doing? And you always know what's going on. I haven't heard a single damn thing.
No.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
No, it's the Trump show. That takes the news. That takes all the news.
Great.
Yeah.
So you saw something popped up on Trump here. What do you got there?
Trump sent a message. Let me see. He is backing. Now, there's some good and some bad to this. This is on Breitbart.com.
The good, the bad, the ugly.
Yeah, it's a story got posted, 20 minutes ago. The Second Amendment Foundation, Alan Gottlieb, whatever his name is, has said that the White House has reached out to him, and President Trump is no longer pushing for any gun control. He's focusing on mental health. Here's the good and the bad. What the hell does that mean?
Yeah.
Or is he going to decide? For a while there, we were talking to Alexa and see who's crazy by, listening in on their private mutterings to themselves. And when I'm muttering to myself, leave me alone.
I mutter all the time.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm thinking out loud. So what does mental health mean? I don't know. So that's still a little scary. But here's the good news. And I went ahead and deleted all my social media today because
You were done.
I'm done.
No more Cajun Cowboy?
Well, there's one thing that kind of pushed me over the edge. I'll tell you if you want to hear it in a minute. But here's the good news. Trump didn't get any pushback from most of his supporters. A lot of them said, maybe in polls that they took that they're not for this and they hate this and blah, 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 blah. But the vast majority of them were just assured that he wasn't going to do anything. And now they're insufferable. Just insufferable, because now they'll pull the I told you so and everything was all right, while they did absolutely nothing to protect the Constitution. But with no pushback, he's come to this, I think we're safe. Because if he would have gotten pushback, I mean, he's already come this far with almost no pushback. I think we're all right. And you kind of got to get to a point where, are you going to comply or are you not going to comply?
Right.
I don't really care anymore.
And so we came into this, we've had more than one episode where we really talked about Trump and this and what we were against. So we weren't necessarily against Trump. We were against what he was doing. We were against what he looked. But we always stated, we'll see. Hopefully he proves us wrong.
Yeah, please call. I never asked anybody to go against Trump. I mean, let's be honest. The man's doing a lot of stuff that I like. And we got some insane people running against him. I wish he would get more done. But my whole goal the whole time was speaking to my fellow Trump supporters, right? Right? I'm on the other side. I'm one of you guys, right?
Wake up.
Come on, man. Call the man and tell him we're not going to accept this.
Right.
We flat not going to accept it. And a lot of people did. I thank you for the ones who did. I thank for the ones who called the White House comment line, who got on Twitter, who, the president really likes Twitter. He gets, they had a thing where he collects certain tweets from different people to give him a kind of a flavor of the mood of everything that's going. Yeah. And I'm like, for that reason, Twitter is important with to get on for. Anyway, enough people did get the message out, but so many are looking at this 4D chess and all this stuff. I'm like, good God.
His number one favorite Twitter feed was the Cajun Cowboy.
I have no idea who that is.
You saved the world.
I saved it. Send $1
to the Cajun Cowboy.com.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. Don't say
I'm setting one up for you, dude. I can do it for like $40. I'm setting up to CajunCowboy.com.
Had to start coming in the radio show with some theme music. No, but
I can make it happen. Oh shoot!
But yeah, I think it's over with, and
that's good.
Yeah,
but keep an eye on it still. Woo. We got to keep watching.
Yeah,
because it could change.
It could change as long as Jared and Ivanka's running around the White House, and I'm like, dude, I don't know. It's amazing to me the people who supposedly on the right, you can tell when people start getting money behind them, they just flat sell out. I ain't got no problem with Ivanka. I always thought she was cute. All right.
Sure. Yeah. Well, don't we all?
Yeah. Nice. I want none of her policies enacted.
None.
And I will let you sit there and spout your silly juvenile nonsense as much as you want, as long as your daddy don't listen to you and he listens to me.
Right.
But when he starts listening to you, I get scared. I don't know. Get out of here.
So,
okay,
tomorrow morning.
All right.
Is the last, I'll say it's the last day. I think it's the last day last weekend available in Idaho for the general deer hunt.
Really?
Okay. So I've gone out. I've been a poor hunter this year. It's only the second time I've gone out. It's going to be tomorrow.
Okay.
My second and last time for the season.
You better make it happen.
Yeah, I noticed the weather agrees with me. It's going to be miserable tomorrow morning.
To shoot.
So, when you shoot a deer,
right,
you're supposed to give it the proper amount of time.
Right.
I want you to shoot it before you go up to it. Have you ever shot a deer? I don't know. I don't know. Did you hunt much when you were
Nah,
nothing?
I never
Hit one with a car, maybe?
Nah. Well, there's a difference between
Gator hunting.
hunting and just shooting something. It's like
Did you ever take a deer home to eat it?
Yeah.
What's it take?
Skinned it in the middle of the night. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, we don't.
It's like there's a difference between, hunting and, hey, what is that? It's a deer. Shoot it.
What did you shoot it with?
Whatever was there.
Then you ate good breakfast the next morning. Oh my!
That's a joke, but
Yeah.
not really.
Okay, so in Yellville, Arkansas,
Right.
a hunter dies after a deer
Oh, sorry.
attacks him. So officials aren't exactly sure what happened, but a hunter shot a deer and then was killed by that deer.
Damn.
And then they both died. It was like a murder homicide, like a murder suicide right there. It was insane. So
Crime lab up there trying to reenact it or something. What the hell?
the Fish and Game says it's one of the stranger things that they've ever seen that has happened. They said 66-year-old Thomas Alexander shot a buck with a muzzle loader. A muzzle loader. You get one
Shit.
chance to shoot.
Yeah, but that's usually a big old hole.
Oh, yeah, big old hole.
50
They don't know what
caliber and
happened.
up. Yeah, big.
He shot it. Then they said they don't know how long he left it there. But when he went up to check it to make sure it was dead, it evidently wasn't. Because when they found, what was his name? They didn't give the guy's name. Oh, when they found Thomas Alexander, he had several puncture wounds in his body. And
Ooh, what
yeah.
a way to go.
and the deer was there dead. Says they found him, he had puncture wounds. The deer was dead. He had been shot. He had puncture wounds in him. They took him to the hospital. He later passed away at the hospital. I don't think he could ever tell him exactly what happened. Nobody really knows what happened.
I'm sorry. Was he trying to? Was this a trophy deer or something?
It doesn't say.
Because I get close to him and hey, put one in the eye.
Yeah. So I was always taught when you actually, it's kind of the same thing, but not shoot him in the eye.
Right.
But when you shoot one, let it sit. Let it lay there. And when you approach it, take a stick, or better yet, have racked another round into your rifle. Take your rifle up there with you, and you reach with your rifle, and I actually touch like the eyeball with the barrel of the rifle. See if it blinks. If it blinks, it's got some life left in it. You need to back up or finish it off or whatever. So obviously this gentleman did not do that.
No, he didn't do it.
Or he's a really poor shot with a muzzle loader, because it doesn't say where he hit the damn thing.
That's true. Well, it's kind of hard to, chamber another round.
So there was a story. I don't have it in front of me, and it was local.
Frickin' muzzle loader.
It was local here. I want to say it was 8 or 9 years ago. This is a story for you too.
Okay.
This guy shot a deer locally. I think it was on the other side of across the canyon from us. He shot a deer in a cornfield. Couldn't find it. He went into the cornfield. It was at night. You're never going to find it. You don't want to push it. If the deer's still alive, it'll get up and keep running. You'll never find it. You need to just back out and let it expire.
Right.
So he backed out. He went home. Came back early the next morning in the daylight, and he went to where he shot the deer, and he was going to blood track this thing into the field, into the cornfield. So he started blood tracking the field, into the field. He couldn't see. This was a
Wait a minute. Now, this is a wounded deer, and he's tracking it and through a cornfield, too, right?
Standing.
Was it Halloween, too?
No.
Son of a bitch.
Standing corn.
Okay. Standing corn.
Standing corn.
It's a freaking movie,
And I don't remember exactly. I remember up to a certain point, and I don't remember the story after that.
Okay.
But he heard some noise.
Right.
And it was a nice buck. Okay, deer come tearing out of the cornfield toward him
with red glowing eyes.
Freaking speared him. He grabbed on, tried to ram him with the freaking rack. He grabbed the rack, and he was like laying on the ground. The deer's trying to like impale him with the rack, and he's holding on because he knows if he lets go, he's gonna get freaking smashed with it.
Ooh.
So he's like held on. I don't know exactly what happened, who killed it, if he killed it, if he did some Rambo shit and slit his throat. I have no idea, but That's a crazy deer
Probably
story.
shit his pants, and the deer's like, ah!
and
took off.
That's a crazy deer hunting story.
You
right
saw
there.
that elk just recently. What was that, at Yellowstone? Attacked that woman?
Oh, dude, the animals have been attacking people there for the last 3 years
Well,
because people
funny
want to
is-
freaking pet them.
All the guys were filming it, and they were walking off slowly like, wow, that looks bad. And he's just trying to get at her. He's digging in the ground to get her. And I'm like, come on, guys. Somebody do something.
Okay, this reminds me of another. This is storytelling time.
Okay.
About animals, when animals attack. So I remember we went to Yellowstone. We took the wife and the kids. The wife was like 7 or 8 months pregnant. She couldn't run. She freaking waddle. So you pull off at this little like observation area. Okay, there's cars everywhere. We're looking at the animals out in the freaking meadow, and some bison started coming down the road through the parking area, and everyone saw them, and everyone got back to their vehicles, got in their cars, right? I got there, got the kids in the car, shut the door. I'm like, "Where's your mother at?" And here come the bison, and here comes my wife just waddling as fast as she possibly go. And the bison are like swarming around her, and then she's like,
Oh, shit.
Oh yeah, dude, she was. Pregnant women don't run, okay?
Right.
And dude, she never lets me live. The funniest thing, good thing she doesn't ever listen to this. Funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. I was like, oh shit, where's your mother? Here she comes. People are all staring out their car windows at her. It was pretty hilarious. At least, well, she didn't think so.
Yeah. Imagine that.
I thought it was great.
A herd of bison.
How
How many was in the herd?
I don't know. There was a lot. They just kind of come funneling through, and you just kind of, they weren't running,
Right.
but they were moving quickly. You just kind of get the hell out of their way.
Yeah.
And she was trying.
They can walk right over you and not even know it.
Yeah, exactly. So what other stories you got laying on the table over there? You got a couple,
Let's
I think.
see.
I think I'm out over here.
We got a Utah dad dodging bullets while defending 2 kids after an alleged assault.
And there was a video of this, which you saw. I did not.
That's right. Where does this video come from? Where does this story?
It's in Utah.
I mean, you don't remember? This story is pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, it's everywhere. I should find it and post it, maybe, but no promises.
Basically, dad had his 6 and 9-year-old kids riding their little, I don't know, plastic bicycles or some kind of, I don't know, Hot Wheel kind of thing.
Big wheels.
Okay,
big wheels. We're going to call it big wheels. That's a flash from the past, man.
Yeah, well, some guy came out and said they were making too much noise, and supposedly he had complained a couple times, and he went up and he hit one of the kids.
You don't hit another man's child.
No, in the face.
Oh, man.
A little 6-year-old. I'm like, bruh, we gonna have some serious
They weren't
serious issues.
They weren't on his property. They were riding
Down the street.
down the street, road, public.
Yeah, in the little cul-de-sac.
Yep.
So the dad comes out and he's gonna,
Have some words.
I don't know what took him so long, but he gets up to the man. The man starts backing up. Maybe he was coming across serious. Man backs up and pulls out a firearm, and the dad scrambles to get his kids out of there before anything crazy happens.
So the man that hit the kid
Had a firearm.
pulled a firearm on the dad that was just trying to round his kids up and say,
Yeah.
"What the hell are you hitting my kid for?"
Yeah, well, he went to confront him, and the man pulled his firearm. So then dad grabs the kids, gets them out of there, throws his hands up, talks it down, and it de-escalates.
That's where it should have ended.
That's where it should have ended.
But there's more.
Dad came back seconds later, holding up his camera phone against the firearm guy.
Whoa.
Like, I'm going to film
Whoa.
you. So then the firearm guy says, okay, I'm going to give you something to film.
Holy crap.
So he starts shooting at Dad. And Dad's jumping and dodging and trying to get all over the place. And the guy gets arrested. And let's see. I'm trying to get you a couple names here out of this story. Great. That's really great. Chris Ollerton. Because I don't see what website you took this story from. But
Yeah,
just look
I'm
up
horrible.
Chris Ollerton.
I'm cheap on ink, okay? we know how I am.
Just do a
Just put
keep
Utah.
the browser open.
You'll find it.
Utah Big Wheel. Yeah, so that
Escalated way too far. So what do you the dad came back, but he came back with his. He wasn't threatening, I don't think. I mean, I couldn't hear what was said.
No, but there's already been a firearm introduced.
Why would you come back?
Don't walk your little silly ass up to me holding your camera phone. Get out of here.
Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you call law enforcement and say?
Maybe he already did.
But does that really show that you're scared at that point? When someone's pointed a gun at you, still pointing a firearm at you, and you walk toward them.
Well, he had done put the gun away.
But he pulled it back. But he had pointed a gun like 30 seconds earlier.
Yeah.
And you walk back out there with a camera phone?
Yeah. Crazy.
To record it?
Crazy.
What are you hoping to achieve there?
I do not know.
The dude's problem. I'm not saying he was in the wrong. Because I think he was in the right when he got his kids out of there, and that guy shouldn't have smacked his kids, and the guy should never have pulled the gun to begin with. But are you nuts?
Kinda.
I mean,
there's sometimes, I don't know. I don't understand some people. You get a feeling for what is happening. When something's real and when somebody's trying to bluff you. Obviously, this guy's feeler didn't work.
Yeah.
And he thought, the guy done punched your little child in the face, all right? It wasn't a hard hit, but it was a hit to the face.
Right.
I don't want to make it sound like he put a Mike Tyson on him, but he punched your little child in the face. This dude is not right. Something's wrong with him.
You go back out with
something's wrong with him.
To record it.
Yeah, I'm not recording it.
What?
I'm calling the cops. I'm going to tell them this man just punched my child. He pulled a firearm on me.
You better get here or I'm going out to record him.
Do something. Because my children are in fear for their lives. Everybody's afraid of this man. Come stop him.
And the great part is no one could lie about what happened because it was caught on a security camera.
Luckily, neither one of them knew that. Probably a Ring doorbell because those things just record everything. Good CIA equipment you got there.
Oh, yeah. But it was just nuts, man. The threat was you got your kids out of there. Don't go back. I don't care if you went back out with a firearm. Don't go back out.
Not going back.
It's done. It's over.
Well, this is part of the problem I had last time with the rules of engagement that we currently have in the United States. We do not have a justice system. We have a legal system.
Right.
And if you call the cops and you have these problems, back your silly ass up. And you have just laid the foundation for anybody who gets in a conflict with this man. They're protected. They're going to be covered. You called building a case. You built the case. All right. You got it. All right. Everybody's got a green light in the neighborhood. If old, crazy comes around, talking stupid, doing stupid stuff, do what you got to do. But if you, I don't know. If you go,
I can't even fathom why someone would even do that.
I'm not going at you with a camera.
That's just insane.
That's crazy. Just call it in.
Call it in and be done.
Yeah.
Let law enforcement handle it.
Hopefully they do something with it.
It wasn't like he was still out there waving his firearm around.
No.
He put it away.
When you backed up, he backed up. It was over. Then you come back out. Who knows what was said? He was probably talking about, you going to jail or some crap like this. Don't know. I'm assuming, but that's what I'm picturing happening.
Right.
And the guy says, okay. And he shot at him 2 or 3 times. And the guy's...
Because if I'm going, I'm already going.
Makes me wonder if the guy was really trying to hit him. Because they were pretty close to each other.
Yeah, I didn't. I failed to take the 2 seconds to watch the video.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you. But I don't know. People make poor choices all the time out there. And that's stupid.
That was bad.
That was bad.
Let the cops handle it. Get everything on record. Then if you have a future altercation, the problem with a firearm is a lot of people want to check boxes. Now I can, now I can't. Anytime you pull your firearm, you run the risk of going to prison for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And you might be totally legit. You might be well within your rights. You might have died if you hadn't used it.
Right.
Without a doubt. It just depends. The court system's not something you want to mess with.
You don't want to use it unless you absolutely have to,
Absolutely
right?
have to.
And he did not absolutely have to use it. It's not like the guy was following him to his house as he put his kids in there and started trying to kick his door down.
If you get out of jail in 20 years, look at it this way. If you get out of jail in 20 years, would you say, I would have done everything the same? If you would have, it was worth it.
Right.
And usually that's the death of you or your child or something like that.
Freaking crazy Utahns.
Don't use it unless you have to.
Crazy Utahns. So we've talked about all the technology, man. We talked about all the technology and what they're doing, right? So when I first got into the whole firearms thing many, many years ago, and you people, when Facebook came around and people were like posting pictures and online forums, right? Online forums. You ever been a member of an online? I shouldn't talk to you. You're stretching. Of an online gun forum?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was too.
No, not a gun forum, but we talk guns. We posted pictures.
Yeah, all the time, right?
My son, without me knowing it, posted a couple Facebook pictures whenever. I buy some
cool
pretty
stuff.
cool crap.
Yeah.
And so he posted a couple pictures, and I actually put a gun or two up for sale, and I posted pictures without thinking, and I knew they were doing it, but
we just found out today. Well, the other day I read we knew they were doing it, but it just came out in a news story. Facebook and Google have been indexing your firearm serial number. So
for 20 years, 30 years, this is old.
So if you post a picture of your firearm and they can see the serial number,
they got
it. It says Google and Facebook have now. Let me back this up. But this isn't like a program that I couldn't go online and just plug it in. I'd have to have this special program to be able to do it. I believe. I don't think I can just go online and look it up according to this article.
Okay.
Have you heard that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I know Google's got everything, and if any law enforcement agency wants it,
they can get it. So Google and Facebook have now made it possible to find photos of firearms by simply typing a serial number into the search box. Earlier today, it says the automotive website Jalopnik published a story showing how license plate numbers are evidently scanned using optical character recognition on Google Images, and you can look them up the same way. So I believe it was the firearms blog wondered if this data mining technique could be used on firearms. So they started punching around, doing whatever they do, and they found out that they could do it. They could, I think they looked back on some firearms that they had blogged about that were theirs, and they punched in those serial numbers, and bam, pulled up.
Wow.
They found out it works for suppressors as well.
Nice.
So now,
really, it's working for anything in the world that they can have a identification number to it.
Right.
Anything.
And so we're going to get a little tinfoil hat, I guess. I don't know. It makes sense to me, but there was that stupid, I think it was for Snapchat, that Snapchat filter that came out. You could use your face and make you look like an old person, right?
That's 100% CIA Snapchat. Come on, man. It's like, we need selfies of you. We need facial recognition. That's like
that's all it is.
Well, you had all these 23andMe and all these things, and they wouldn't say it, but that was government backed, and they got now a huge database. If anybody in your family, which I'm not going to do it, but then I had a family member go, "Hey, that sounds neat."
Did you do it?
Gee, no, but they got my DNA. If they got anybody in your family, they got yours.
Oh yeah.
So that's how they find in a lot of people. They 20, 30-year-old crimes. Yeah, this whole government database of
right.
And say it's what's amazing is we're walking into tyranny, not by force.
Sorry.
At least I wasn't the one to do it that time. Not by force, not even by complacency. We're begging for it and paying money for it.
Oh, yeah.
Please enslave us. It's amazing.
Look at my old face. Look at that. You see that? It made me look old.
Ain't that cool?
Oh, look at me.
I just paid $2,000 for the newest iPhone. It's like,
Hey, shut up. I'm doing that in December.
Really?
I'm going to get it. Yeah.
The 5G phone's coming out. I mean,
Melt
if you're going to be
my
enslaved, at least be able to watch your YouTube videos without buffering.
Melt my brain in the process.
Yeah, might as well. It's going to melt anyway.
Yeah. So
they're going to put a tower
that
outside.
leads me to a question, and I know that there's a lot of people that say I'm crazy. Okay. But I know you'll understand me, Mr. Tarver.
You saying I'm crazy too?
No, but just you understand me. So when you go, Idaho doesn't have people move in from out of state. Oh, we got to register. I got to register my guns. Where do I register? Well, in Idaho, you don't have to, right?
Right.
You go and buy a new gun. Okay. And it used to be paper. You had to fill out the NICS form, right? The NICS form. Now it's all computerized.
Right.
Okay. So when you get done filling that form out and they say it's good and you sign your name and you hit send, where the hell does that go? Everywhere. You can't tell. You can't tell me that they don't know who has.
Oh, they know.
I want to say who has what, but you made it a little broader, which it makes more sense. You can't tell me they don't know who has guns.
Right.
They know who has guns, and I honestly think they know what you have, unless you have done it in a legal private party transaction where there's no numbers or serial numbers that get moved around. There's no paperwork involved because we can legally do that. I know in the state of Idaho. If you buy it new, they know. They know. So
how many times do we have to tell people your government is illegally spying on you?
Yeah.
There's been a huge NSA.
It's been proven.
Yeah, 100 times.
Yeah.
If you have a cell phone, well, Amazon, I was just saying a minute ago, has a speaker that they're advertising that it works so well that if you put it in your child's room at night, it will listen to your child's breathing and tell you if your child is having problems sleeping. Hello. I don't want that.
My child will tell me that when they cry.
Well, it's so many ways
Right.
they can spy on you. You walk through your house with your camera, with your cell phone and everything, and come on, man.
Okay, so
That's not tinfoil hat stuff. It's been proven 100 times.
they know, I mean,
They're
so
illegally spying on everything.
you can't prove to me that information's not going somewhere. They
No,
know.
they know.
They know. So, weird thing.
Shit, I got class 3s. They damn well know me.
Oh, yeah. So, weird thing, okay? On the old iPhone here.
Okay.
Last update. Updated it, okay? Last software update. Operating system update, whatever. Updated it. Guess what this thing freaking does now?
What's that?
When I in the morning, when I wake up, I can't shut it off. I can't go in and figure out how to shut it off in settings. In the morning, when I wake up and I go and I even when I don't turn my truck on, if I wake up and it hits a certain time, it'll tell me. It'll pop up a little thing in Maps, not Google Maps, but the iPhone map app, and say 21 minutes to such and such customer. Like it knows what day I go freaking where.
Damn.
It is weird. I got done with that customer. Get out to my vehicle, look down at my phone, I hear beep beep, look down at my phone, and it tells me 7 miles to the next customer. And I'm like, whoa, dude. I don't even use Siri.
Right.
The thing knows where I'm going. So I was talking to my wife. My wife goes, well, you do the same thing every day, right?
Right.
You go to the same places. One day, I got done. This is the weirdest thing ever, and I can't explain it. I got done, and it was I had done some extra work, so I didn't have to go to this other account. Instead, I thought, I'll swing by the gym. I'm gonna do some little CrossFit, do workout, before I went home.
Right.
And I'm thinking this. I didn't say this out loud. No, the only person that knew I was gonna do that was me. I didn't say I had a bag with my gym clothes in it. Okay, I get in from my customer, and I go to the gym in the afternoon.
It's recording every damn way.
I got into my freaking truck, it popped up, and it goes 6 minutes to Pat CrossFit. What the hell? You know where I'm going? Yeah. Dude, that was it's weird, and it's like freaking me out. And it comes up and it says, this has been using your location in the background. Would you like it to continue to do so? And it gives you 2 options. One of it says no, not unless I allow it. I hit that. It says okay. The son of a gun still does it.
Yeah, it still does.
I can't shut this. I can't shut it off. It's freaking me out.
Unless you can pull your battery out of the phone,
I'm surprised
you can't kill it.
I didn't look at it earlier today and I said, Tarver's coming over for the podcast.
I'll tell you one thing I did. About 10 years ago, when I first got an iPhone, I don't know, I'm guessing it was 10 years ago.
Right.
Yeah. Back then, you put in your Mako fake names and you make I'm Juan Valdez in a lot of places.
Cajun cowboy.
Yeah, you put in you make up crap. You make up an email for this phone.
Juan
blah blah blah. Yeah, Juan Valdez, baby. That's me. And
handsome Juan.
I put nothing in it. Right. I turn off I set all privacy settings.
Right.
Shut off location. Everything never connect to Wi-Fi. Blah 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 blah. All that good stuff. And I'm driving, and I can't remember what happened. I had to do something, pull up a map. So I had to turn on my location services, and it told me how many miles I was from home. I'm like, who the hell told you where my home was?
Yeah.
I never put in an address. I never did anything. I never did any of that.
I know.
And you just know where I live because my phone sits there every night, and you know I'm sleeping.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's insane, man. I'm telling you, that shit ain't right. Now, I tell you what would be handy. You got your phone in your pocket at the range. You're shooting, and it goes, you're pulling a little left. You're milking the trigger. It looks like you're a half inch low. You might be flinching.
I have a Manus app, so it knows that.
That kind of suggestion would be, but you don't even have to ask it. It just tells you. That would be cool.
Yeah, but it's also
That
telling
would
the
be
government,
helpful.
Todd is a little stressed right now. He's
jerking that trigger.
He's a little angry at work.
Oh, look at that, a mag dump. Oh, look at that. Todd just threaded on a suppressor. Wait a minute. Todd doesn't have a license for a suppressor.
Yeah. It's getting there.
It's getting there.
I'll tell you
man.
another thing I was doing, and I don't want to get off into the technology too much.
This is okay. This is a good conversation, man.
I have a Wi-Fi printer.
Yeah. Yes.
So somebody needed to print something, and I'm like, yeah, and I'm trying to put in, and I couldn't remember the password, so I'm holding my phone up in one hand, trying to see the password, and I downloaded the app on them, and I'm trying to connect through Bluetooth, and I'm trying to type in the password, and my phone tells me, would you like to share this password with this other, and it says the other number, and I'm like, I'm just holding them next to each other.
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm just holding them next to each other.
I thought you were going to say you were trying to get it to hook up, and all of a sudden it printed you out a 9mm or
No,
something.
it just asked me if I would like to share the password. I'm like,
printed you out a gun, dude.
well, I need one of them.
I know they're nuts, man.
That's insane.
It's insane.
It's like, yeah, I'd like to share the password. I'd like it to be just between me and this other person, though. You need to butt the hell out.
I know.
You need to go your ass
That
home.
guy from Malaysia that keeps trying to log into my shit. Tell him to go away.
Well, some guy from
He knows where I live now.
China keeps calling.
I wonder if he keeps getting that same notification. You are 7 minutes from home.
I don't know. I don't like none of it.
Anyhow, that's just all recorded.
I'm ready to throw all
That's
this
just
crap
all
away.
freaking recorded right there.
Yeah, it is.
So do we got any other stories over there? I love it when we get off on tangents. When you and me are here, we get off on these interesting tangents. I don't know if that's
There's
good.
nobody here to pull us back.
I don't know if that's good for listeners or not.
I don't know.
Well, we'll see.
Similar story as one of yours. Florida carry alleges illegal activities, including maintaining gun registry by Charlotte County Sheriff's Office. Okay.
Oh yeah, I know this one. You shared it with me.
This is moland.com. I don't know a lot about this. I just thought I'd throw it to you and let you do the research on it because I was busy cooking boudin. Actually, I was barbecuing today, man. You know how hard it is? Any proper Southern gentleman only uses charcoals. You don't use gas.
This is Idaho.
Right?
We use gas.
I use charcoals. When it's 60 mile per hour winds, you got to balance the air to adjust your temperature.
I just crank up the gas.
Well, here's the problem. When you got 60 mile per hour winds, I'm sorry, I just ran down to the rabbit hole. And they're shifting, right? It's coming from the east. Yeah. It's coming from the north. It's coming from the south. It's just coming. You can't move your grill. It's blowing over your coals. Right. And 1 minute it's a blowtorch on your food, and the next minute it's about to go out. So anyway, that was interesting, but I still achieved it. I made it happen, baby. Made it happen.
Holding out a freaking towel, trying to block the wind, running the grill around the backyard, telling your son, "Don't move, stay right there."
No, you can't, man, because you standing there and literally it's left, right, front, back. It's like, good grief, man, this is ridiculous. So, okay. So, Charlottesville, this is ammoland.com. It is alleged that Charlotte County, the Charlotte County, Florida Sheriff's Department has been illegally holding gun owners' personal information, according to Florida Carry. As reported by gunwriter.com, Florida Carry sent a letter to the Attorney General Ashley Moody demanding that she launches a statewide investigation into law enforcement's illegal abuse, misuse, general operation of the Finder database, FINDER, including the compilation of lists of gun owners and illegal retention of records. So, basically what is happening is these guys have to, pawn shops and stuff, they have to enter your information into a Finder's thing. And it's supposed to...
check and see if it's stolen, right?
Yeah, just to check and see if it's stolen. This pawn stores must enter all pawn transactions into the Finder database. Charlotte County Sheriff's Department, under the direction of Sheriff Bill Prummel, took upon themselves to data mine these transactions to investigate the people pawning their firearms. So that was not the part I was looking for.
They were data mining.
Anyway.
But there was a little extra that came with that, right?
Yeah, you sending that in. You doing. It's the law. It's no big deal there. We trust our government. You know what? There's a lot of cops going to be on our side. There's a lot of cops. There ain't no police department or sheriff's department going to be on our side. The organization, the government arm, is not on our side.
Right.
That's the difference people need to see. And same here. Yeah, they were doing what's right, following the law.
Sure.
As we all do. And,
yes. Especially when it comes to deer hunting.
Well, that was a long time ago. I don't know what the laws were back. That's like people were asking me what the laws are in Louisiana now. I'm like, dude, I don't know. It's been 15 years since I've been there. If there's a warning shot type.
Right.
If the DA says it's okay, you can do anything you want.
So there was a bug in this system. Is that the part you're looking for?
So it was basically what they're doing is sending this in, and it's going to other places that they're not
aware of.
And it's being
your information, your gun owner information.
Yeah.
Stuff you're selling, the stuff you're buying, your personal info, whatever's connected to that, firearms, serial numbers, that is going to other places.
Yeah.
And it was a supposed bug in the system.
Go to ammoland.com. A bug. Not a feature. A bug.
Do you think there's a bug in the system here when we buy a gun new at the gun store and you hit that send button? That bug is sending it where?
It's going everywhere.
Everywhere.
There's people, I mean, if nothing else, NSA has everything. And Google actually has enough information. Facebook has enough information that law enforcement agencies, a lot of times, they have contracts. They just buy it from them. That's where they're making their money. They're selling your data. They're selling it to advertisers. They're selling it to law enforcement. They're selling it to government. Facebook is government. I mean, come on. Facebook was made by government.
Oh, yeah.
What was that? They had a program that was supposed to do all this, and they shut it down one day, and the next day Facebook came out. It was a CIA program.
I don't know.
I can't remember the name of it. Anyway.
So what I find is interesting is I did a radio show on Friday, and just like the last point, and we'll get out of here, but we had, and he's a great guy.
One more story
one more story. Okay. We had this guy come in from the local sheriff's department. He stopped by. He came in and he wanted to make a statement.
Okay.
About where we live. The local sheriff's department was supportive of your 2A rights.
Right.
And they didn't want to take them away. And the sheriff is supportive of the Second Amendment. And you know what? I believe that he is.
I believe he is too.
I believe that he is. But a thing last week or week before when Beto O'Rourke came out and said, we're going to send law enforcement to your door to collect your guns. If I'm president, we will make it happen. You will turn them in. We will come and get them. I will send law enforcement to do it. And this guy said, well, Idaho has got some things in their, I don't know, the right statute or whatever, in their Idaho state constitution that says that we will not allow for that. It is against the Constitution.
When the rubber meets the road.
When the rubber meets the road. That's what I'm saying.
Law enforcement's about force.
And he said that, well, it's not going to happen. It's not. I said, you know what? I think it's great that you guys support. I think it's great that you say that. And I know. And
I'll stand right with you. I'll be there with you.
I feel that you truly believe in it. I honestly, and I think you will do your best to uphold it. But the federal government shows up. They ain't just going to send one or two people in.
That's cool.
And I don't know that you guys are going to be able to uphold it. Does that make sense?
They're
going to do what they want.
It's a double-edged sword the government's created because they've armed up all these sheriff's departments and police departments for this reason. And
right.
I like Ron DeSantis in Florida, and I hate Scott Israel, the sheriff of Broward County, I think it was.
Broward, yeah.
Broward. He got removed. Garbage can. Trash human being. But if the government and everything starts removing sheriffs,
right.
Basically what comes down to government and laws and law enforcement is force. It's all a gun pointed at you. The government is a gun. and they pass their little silly laws, and if they don't have law enforcement to enforce it, it has to have force. Now, when the federal government walks up in here, who's gonna arrest who? Because we can arrest them.
Sure.
Especially the sheriff. I mean, for God's sakes. You're the sheriff. And I tell you what, I'll stand there with you, man. I will stand there with you. Let's do this thing. But are you going to go that far?
Right.
Are you going to go that far? Are you going to let, if you're willing to let them arrest you as a protest, then that's nothing. That's nothing.
So we look at Idaho, and Idaho has another thing that says, they say that they will stand up for this and not let it happen.
Right.
I hope they do. Idaho, there's another thing that says if a suppressor is made here in the state of Idaho,
Right.
and it is stamped made in the state of Idaho,
Okay.
and you can prove that it's made in the state of
I
Idaho,
didn't know Idaho had that.
you do not have to have a stamp for it.
Right.
Okay?
If you don't leave the state.
If you don't leave the state, if it doesn't leave the state, right?
Right.
I haven't seen anyone do that yet because the feds say no. The state says yes. The feds say no. Show me. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then you get warned. You get warned not to do it because it's against federal. So, I mean, something that small. But people aren't doing it.
Well, people need to make up their mind. Is there a federal supremacy? Do we have 10th Amendment rights? I mean, what? Weed. Look at pot.
Yeah.
Okay? What? Come on, man. Y'all get y'all's crap together and decide what everything's going to be. Does the 10th Amendment hold that up? In my reading of the Constitution, absolutely. Because what is it? The 9th Amendment. You don't have rights to any of that. You don't have a unlimited amount of power, federal government. You are restricted. So, yeah. Shut up. You ain't got no say in that.
Will our state...
As a matter of fact, they do all this stuff in federal government, not through laws, but through agencies and bureaucracies.
Right.
Because then they pass statutes and rulings and shit like that. Anyway, go ahead.
Here's another way to look at it. Will our state fold if the federal government says, we're going to come get your guns, and we say no, and the federal government says, yeah, we are, and are we self-sufficient enough to be able to, as a state, say no, and then have the federal government cut some funds that I'm sure we're taking from them?
Yeah, highway funds.
How is that going to? I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I wouldn't fall lockstep and 100% that go, it's not going to happen. They say it's not going to happen.
Law enforcement is more awake now than they were years ago, like when Waco happened.
Right.
Federal government's not here to help you. All right.
Right.
When it comes down to it, the police, and they get all this citizens and police. Police are citizens.
Right.
Police are from our community.
Right.
They're one of us that are there to keep the peace.
Right.
And we've gotten off into this strange area. I see it in some ways starting to come back.
Right.
Because you look at Waco and talk to the sheriff there and watch interviews with him. He felt like it was bigger than him, and he just let it happen, and now he feels bad about it. I think some of that kind of stuff wakes people up. You also look at Sheriff Richard Mack. What's his organization? The Constitutional Sheriffs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's, I don't know. I don't know
either.
We got a lot of darkness that's been growing in the country, and man, it's really showing its face right now. You look at the court's ruling that the 7-year-old boy, that's in Texas.
Yeah.
You saw that. It's not even his biological mom that.
They backed that up to the dad. The dad got him.
Now. Well, now he has an equal say. This is the 7-year-old that the mother is wanting to transition her boy into a female.
Right.
And she's a pediatrician. Come to find out, she's not the biological mother. She actually took a donor egg and she carried it.
Right.
And she is a pediatrician tied to this company that's doing this, and they're twins. So you get a nice little global Nazi experiment here where you have one raised as a boy and one raised as a girl, and there's a lot of money involved in it. Anyway, I'm rambling.
That's okay.
Let the courts get involved in that. You got some real darkness coming up. But surprisingly, you got a little light peeking out every now and then. So I don't know where it's going.
I don't know. It's interesting. So anyhow, that's just a deep dive down into our thoughts.
Dean
and
got to do it
opinions.
yesterday, man. Last time.
You got one more story. You said
I do, and this was one that happened a week or two ago that we had hits and misses making it to the podcast. So we weren't able to do it.
The life, damn life.
Let's see. Maurice Mo Robinson. This is the... Whoa. Okay. Never mind. Forget Maurice. Obviously, bumped the... I was like, who the hell is Maurice? This is the stand your ground shooter who shot unarmed man. And they always got to put race in these things. He got 20 years. This was the guy...
The parking lot guy?
In Florida, yeah, who was arguing over... And you can find this story everywhere. This is from the New York Post. And this is, just look for stand your ground shooter. I know everybody's seen this story. But this guy, you seen the video, right?
A long time ago, but yeah.
Okay. Well, he's already been sentenced and everything. This dude, he was one of those checking the boxes, he was looking for a reason to shoot somebody.
Right.
And he goes up and starts harassing people for parking in a handicapped parking space. Does that irritate you? Yeah. You know what? If I see somebody handicapped that needs it, yeah, that pisses me off.
Right.
If I see 40 handicapped spots, it kind of pisses me off. What the hell are we doing all these handicapped spots? Anyway, this guy.
They got everything.
I ain't saying that. This guy decided he was the parking police, and he's going to go get some people's mind right.
He's a meter maid. He's being a meter maid.
Yeah. He's going to get somebody's mind right. He got his firearm in it. He's going to do something. So basically, he goes up and starts, this couple pulls up. The guy jumps out, goes in the convenience store. He goes up, starts harassing the woman, his girlfriend, our wife. I don't know which one it was. But when you're the man, you come out and you see that, not a good move. So this guy comes up defending his
whoever
wife, I think. Anyway, somebody with him. Shoves the guy down. The guy falls on his ass, pulls out his firearm. Then the guy who shoved him, the handicapped parking spot guy, starts retreating, backing up, and dipshit puts 2 rounds in him and kills him.
So, okay. Replay the story for a minute.
Okay, you don't remember the video.
I don't remember the video. So,
okay.
The guy comes out, sees this guy was yelling at his woman.
Yeah, he was stirring up some crap about the parking space, and
so the guy that comes out pushes the guy that was starting stuff.
He took it up a notch.
He pushed him.
Yeah, he took it up a notch, made it physical,
knocked him down,
knocked him on his butt,
and then the guy
the
guy who was the troublemaker, originally defending the parking spot, he then pulled his firearm out, and shot the guy that pushed him.
Yeah, the pusher starts backing up, takes a couple steps back. Has his hands about mid-chest.
He'd already pushed him.
Yeah.
He's backing up. That guy pulls.
At least a good second to pull. Another second with him backing up. It was lots of time.
Did the guy that was still standing, did he have a gun too?
No. He never had a gun.
And that guy died?
Yeah. The handicapped park.
And this guy...
just got 20 years.
Just got 20 years. So what are your thoughts on that?
He deserved every minute.
I think he deserved every minute of it too.
Yeah. Lock his ass up. He was a danger.
He was kind of looking for a fight. He was looking for a reason. He was a loose cannon. And
they said this wasn't his first time doing this shit. Just nobody got shot before.
And if anything, even if he got pushed down and he was scared something was going to happen, he drew that gun and he fired. That guy had his hands up and he was backing away. He was backing away.
When he saw the firearm, he was back. He was taking steps back.
He wasn't coming.
No.
So the threat was retreating.
Yeah.
There was no firearm. The force was leaving. Right? Oh, yeah. He deserved everything every year he got.
Well, this guy was looking for a reason to shoot somebody.
He was.
He was trying to check the boxes.
Those kind of people are out there.
But if this wasn't on camera, he would have got away with it.
Yeah.
He would have got away with it.
Oh, yeah.
But it was on camera, and it showed there was 3 or 4 seconds between the time from the shoving, him hitting the ground, pulling the firearm, the guy backing up, good second and a half. That don't sound like a lot of time. clear indication of, I mean, the guy took 2 steps back, hands up. He's kind of
like, oh,
flinching.
I probably
even.
did something.
Yeah, he's
I
like,
shouldn't have.
easy. And the guy shoots him anyway. He had it coming. The guy who got 20 years, he had those 20 years coming. Yeah.
Good. Because those kind of people should not have a firearm.
Should not.
I've been in classes, not a class I was teaching. I've taken classes where
problem we got is as soon as we start saying this person can't and that person can't,
I know,
you get into an area. But if
catch-22,
if it hadn't been on camera, he'd have got away with it because the guy shoved him. The guy escalated it. He felt in fear for his life. You should have saw the
technology for the win. Is that?
Yeah. Well, it was.
That's not what we were saying 15 minutes ago.
Well, you go to 7-Eleven, they've been having cameras for 50 years.
Yeah, I know.
So, I don't mind 7-Eleven having a camera. I just don't want to have a camera in my house.
Technology failed him because the technology should have popped up on his phone and said, don't shoot the guy.
Do not shoot.
Do not shoot. Is it bad? 20 years.
20 years. You gone. You gone, buddy.
So, okay,
anyway,
well, I think
we had a day full of rabbit holes.
Which is okay. It's okay. It's a good time. So maybe we can get more people to join us next time. And maybe we could share some food with them.
Maybe they could shoot the PPQ.
Maybe they can bring us some freaking food.
Yeah, what's up with that?
What the hell?
I'm not getting paid for this.
None of us are. None of us are. So if you like the podcast,
yes, sir. Brought some boudin for you, sir. All right.
If you like the podcast and you want to pay us, send us $5. Never mind. If you like the podcast, listen to it, subscribe to it, share it with your family, share it with your friends, figure it out, get the word out. We like to see the numbers go up. They've been holding stagnant. That's okay. We like our listeners. We love our listeners.
Yeah, dedicated.
We want more.
Dedicated listeners.
We want more listeners. And
don't be embarrassed of us.
And don't be ashamed. The holidays are coming, right? We got time to prepare. Thanksgiving is coming. Christmas is coming as you're gathered around the table together with your family. Say, guess what? We're going to listen to this while we eat our turkey.
Yeah. And give the gift of Patriot Pie.
Play that shit. Yeah. Share it.
Yeah. See, you're going to sit here and you're going to listen.
You're going to listen whether you want to or not. Make everyone subscribe to it before they go home.
Yeah, just take their phones.
They subscribe to it. They get their keys. They can go home.
There you go.
Perfect. I love it.
And if you don't like it, you get double your money back. Double your money back guarantee just for the holidays.
There you go. And send all your complaints to thecajungcowboy.com.
Yeah, who knows who that is.
Okay, boudin balls for all. See you guys next week. Bye.